Good morning. This is TMI Socials, trust the street of social media where there's ever trending stories, interesting conversation, pictures, and a whole lot more of things to talk about. Welcome aboard. I am Anwuluakbo Stevens. Or better still, call me a social media butterfly. Now, today we're going to begin with some cherry news in the world of sports, where over the weekend we saw Nigeria Super Falcons came from behind to secure a dramatic 3-2 victory over Morocco in a thrilling women's Africa Cup of Nations finals on Saturday. Now, Morocco took an early lead through Gilmel Chibek in the 12th minute and doubled their advantage when Sana Majus found the back of the net in the 24th minute. However, Nigeria responded with a determined second half performance that turned the game around. Now let's look at the comeback of Nigeria. Mission X complete. I mean, a clear definition of what a man can do. Women can even do it better, don't you think? We'll move over to tweets and reactions on the story. Let's start off with this user who wrote, Shehu Sani says, 4 things that unite Nigerians. Number 1, Super Eagles, or should I say Super Falcons, when they are winning. 2, South Africans, when they launch xenophobic attacks against Nigerians. 3, our artist when they win Grammy. 4, Kemi Badenoch when she attacks. If you know, you know. Moving over to another one, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president on X, says, they chose to accept this mission. They understood the assignment. Our superior Super Falcons delivered in true Nigerian fashion. Never say never. They went, they soar, they have conquered again. 10-time champions of Africa. Mission X complete. Now, finally, this user says, that is why I said, God, give me female children. These days, they are more responsible. Honestly, I totally agree with you on that one. But anyway, away from that, let's move over to Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria, where over the weekend we saw a viral video of the moment when the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, was seen dancing and celebrating following the awarding of an Honorary Doctorate of Science degree from University of Port Harcourt on Saturday. Well, Wike, a former governor of Rivers State and an alumnus of UniPort, was recognized for his contributions to public service, urban development, and infrastructural transformation, both in Rivers State and in the FCT. Let's take a look. goodness, a clear case of Godwin for me, actually. But I mean, 1 minute you're hating him, the next minute he's making you laugh. We can't give it to him on that one. Move over to how you reacted online. We'll start off with this one who says, political aside, this man is dramatic and funny, 100%. Another user wrote, I actually love Wike. Him and Portable, they always trend on every market day. Now finally on X, this user says, then one lecturer would sit and make life difficult for someone who genuinely puts in effort to get the doctorate. Well, really sad indeed. But away from that, we'll move over to Lagos State, Nigeria. Now this time around, the singer, Charlie Boy, has reacted to the renaming of Charlie Boy bus stop to Olamide Adedeji Bado Sine bus stop by Bariga local council development area right there in Lagos. Now, in a statement on X, he expressed his views on the matter, emphasizing that the renaming a place doesn't erase the legacy associated with it. He asserted that the Charlie Boy bus stop was given by the people he fought for and empowered, not by politicians. Now, let's move over to listen to them.
Laje Road will now be called King Sunny Ade Road. Ajidagon Street will now be called Olamide Adedeji Bado Street. That means that Charlie Boy bus stop will not.
So please, if you reside in Lagos, you no longer have to say Charlie Boy bus stop. It's now Bado bus stop. How did you take this online? Move over to reactions. We'll start off with this one who says, if Charlie Boy supported the APC and sang praises to Sanwo-Olu's government, that bus stop wouldn't be renamed after Olamide. This seems politically motivated and wrong for all the reasons. Olamide himself should kick against it. Okay, Danielle, we'll see how it goes. Well, Rafai says, do you know that Charlie Boy gave over 2,500 motorcycles free to empower people around Charlie Boy bus stop area in Bagada? He gave a lot of people scholarships in that area and took people off the streets. Charlie Boy moved into the area in 1989 and left the area around 2006. And it went on and on. But let's take a look at Charlie Boy's response to this in the next tweet. Charlie Boy wrote, he says, them say them don't change the name of Charlie Boy bus stop. Very interesting. But let me remind you of something simple. You can rename a place, but you can't rename a legacy. You can replace the signboard, but you can't erase the spirit. And you definitely can't silence a voice that shook your tables for decades. And he went on and on. Now, still on TMI socials, my next story would be from our Senate President Godswill Akpabio. On Wednesday, he goofed while commending President Bola Tinubu over his role in the burial of his predecessor, the late former President Muhammadu Buhari. Speaking on the floor of the Senate, Akpabio said Nigeria is proud of the way Tinubu was honored and buried. Well, Buhari died in London on July 13th and was flown back to Dara, Katsina State, where he was buried on July 15th. Take a listen.
And the whole country is very proud of what this administration has done in the way and manner President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was honored and was buried. And you can see, even from President Buhari's
Please, our president is not dead. In fact, this is the second time this is happening. The first time it was done by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, and last week we saw Senate President also fell in similar way. So what's the question? What's the problem going on with the slip of tongue? Let's have two reactions on this story. This one wrote, everyone is literally having a slip of tongue. Tell me about it. And then another user says, Lord have mercy, like he called out the full name before he could realize the mistake. Wow, come on. Now, finally, on TMI socials, there was panic at Denver International Airport on Saturday after an American Airlines flight bound for Miami aborted takeoff and passengers were forced to evacuate via emergency slides. Take a look.
Good Lord.
Okay, let's have two reactions and maybe one on the story. This user wrote, "Thank God they are still on the runway and not on air." Now, finally, another user responding on Instagram, this one wrote, "Straight to church for Thanksgiving." Absolutely, tell me about it. But it's good to see that there was no crash whatsoever and they were able to escape. That's how we get to wrap up TMI Socials today. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I am Anwoluwapo Stevens. And from all of us on This Morning on ITV, Abuja, Lagos, and right here in Edo State, please join us again tomorrow.